Welcome back to the 128 KB podcast. We are back once again due to lack of popular demand. On this week's show, Andy looks cool.
Do I?
Yeah. Welcome back to the 128 KB podcast. We are back once again due to lack of popular demand for your weekly dose of all things gaming.
Yep.
From the clever one and the stupid one who just pretends.
The other way around, I think.
And this week, I want to get personal.
Oh, yeah.
I want to talk to you about why I hate collecting games.
And I'm pretty sure it's going to be mutually agreed upon there.
I think we can all, anyone who has collected or does collect games, we can all share in the frustrations, the problems, the pitfalls, and another P that I can't think of.
Yes.
The
Okay.
possibilities.
Yeah, okay.
The probabilities.
Yeah.
Collecting games. It's my favourite and least favourite part-time in equal measure.
Yeah, and I'd say we probably spend more time collecting games than we do playing them.
100%. Really, this all kicked off in my mind.
Yes.
In fact, I wrote this down as an idea for an episode in my mind as I was unboxing some empty cases for PlayStation 1 games that I found out were broken, that were to replace my broken cases because my shelf of PS1 games, or half of them, managed to fall over and smash onto my PS1 games, smashing over 20 cases beyond repair.
Can't believe that.
50 cases broken.
Can't believe that.
And PS1 cases are the worst. They're the most fragile things
they are
anyway.
So fragile. What are they made out of? Like,
I
seriously?
don't know. They'd be better made out of glass.
Yes. No, they would. They would actually last then. Oh, that was devastating for me. Like,
Do you know what's really upsetting? Is that there was a few cases in there. There was at least 20 of the games that are now broken.
Yeah.
That were like mint.
Yes.
Mint condition.
Yeah, originals.
Yeah.
Absolute originals. Yeah.
So they smashed. And that was really gutting. But I was like, I'm not going to get upset by it. It's happened.
I got upset for you. It was actually the last time I was down here to see you and do the podcast. And I got home and I had a message, and I think it just said, "Oh," or something. And it said, AJ sent a photo. And I went, "What?" And I left it, went home, had my dinner and all that kind of stuff, then opened it. And I didn't know it was here. You know, I saw the picture and went, "Oh, that's bad." And then I looked in the background and went, "Oh, hang on.
That's AJ's games.
That's AJ's games." So I was like, "No! Like, how did that happen? Like, what?"
Yeah.
Oh, devastation.
Rather ironically, there's a sticker on the back of the shelf that says, it's from IKEA. This isn't a plug. And it's the sticker that says, "Don't stand the shelf up without screwing it into the wall."
Yeah.
Because they aren't that stable. But I've had it for years and I've never screwed it onto the wall.
I've got the same one. And I screwed it to the wall.
Yeah, I wish I had. But the irony of this was that the first thing you could see when you came into the room was the back of the shelf with this sticker looking at you.
That's on the photo you sent me, which was like from the doorway walking in, you could just see it. I was like, oh man.
So I managed to destroy. Well, I didn't do anything. I guess I didn't drill the shelf up.
Yeah.
I managed to destroy 50 PlayStation 1 games. And as I was finding the replacement cases, which I ordered from France that arrived broken, I thought to myself, I hate collecting games.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not a collector of games because I want to hold the value.
No, we don't get them graded or anything like that.
I'm not interested in all that. I'm not going to auction these off or hope that they end up being thousands of pounds. I don't have any of the super valuable games like Castlevania or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a few, valuable ones, but just by the fact that you want to play them. Like we always say we're playing collectors. And I'm exactly the same. But
there's an irony to that. I say I'm a playing collector.
But you're not. You're just a collector.
I'm just a collector. It's almost like I'm a hoarder.
Yes. Yeah. I get you.
Yeah, I just want these things because I like them.
Yeah.
I seldom play these bloody things.
Yes, yeah, and I'm the same, yeah.
I tell you how seldom I play them. I even have a little PC emulator that's got the ROMs of the games I own, obviously only those ones.
Only the ones you own, because that's only what you're allowed to have emulation.
That's right,
of.
Andy. Yes.
Because you've ripped the ROMs yourself, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I'm very smart like that. I used the ROM Ripper.
Yeah, the ROM Ripper.
ROM Ripper maker. And I put it
powered by LimeWire, wasn't it?
Yeah. Does LimeWire still exist? So turn of the century. This is how seldom I play them. So I got this emulator because I thought, oh, that'd be easier just to have it one device, HDMI out, and I don't have to keep changing my ports and stuff. I've turned it on once.
So you collected a device.
I collected another device.
Your collection.
Yes.
And you haven't played it.
No.
So it's just become a collected item.
Yes.
Like the rest of the stuff that you were trying to fight against.
Yes. So the turn of this year, I said to myself, no more buying games and not playing them.
Yes. Well, we both said no more buying retro games, if you remember. We were like, we're only going to buy modern games that we want to play.
Exactly that I'm curious about.
How did that turn out?
Well, I mean,
I was just looking at that.
I showed it last episode. I'm never going to use these, but I wanted them.
Absolutely. They're going to stay sealed on the shelf.
Probably.
Yeah.
No, I'll probably take them out of the box and put them on the shelf.
So charge them first and then,
Yeah, put them in the background. How's it gone so far? Well, a few weeks back, I went into a game store and I bought like 10 PS4 games that were just discounted down to below £5. I couldn't help myself. I was like, oh, I've not played this. This looks cool.
Can I just... Is that classed as retro now?
No, I think it's still new. Well, I mean...
So, the PS4 is an old console.
Depends who you ask. If you ask Take-Two, then it's still new. That's really
it's the most current gen console, isn't it? The
commercially
PS4?
accurate pricing.
Yeah. Yes, that's right, yeah.
So it's not going well, but I've not bought any PS1 or PS2 games.
Okay.
The problem is so ingrained, even though I've said no more, I'm not going to buy any more, I don't need any more. Very happy with the collection I've got. Every time I go anywhere and there's secondhand games, or if I on a post on like a Facebook, I'm still part of the Facebook groups for collecting games.
Yes, so am I.
And I'll still scroll through them and someone will go, anything for anyone? It's like a big bundle. I'm like, and I'm like zooming in to the game.
Yeah, and got that, yeah.
I get this like feeling of like lusting over these things.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why?
Yeah.
I'm not going to do anything with them. They're just going to sit on a shelf and I'm going to knock the shelf over and break them all.
Yeah.
There's no point.
Yeah, and I've been trying to live by my, like, I'm only buying modern titles now. And I've still fallen into the same habit where I've bought a load and I haven't played them. There's some I have.
Yeah.
And my problem is I'll get stuck into something. So I've been playing Diablo for ages, like when I get time.
Yeah.
And that came out ages ago now, Diablo 4. And I've been caning that. Ratchet and Clank, like, bought that on Steam to play on the Steam Deck. Love that. Actually playing it for once. And I thought I'd load it up probably once for like an hour and that'd be it.
See what it's like.
Love it. But there's other games I've bought in between that. I haven't even like played them yet. I haven't even installed them or whatever. I'm even like it with new games now, though. That's what the thing that's shifted is that I'll buy, like I said, PS4 and PS5 games. They'll go, oh, that's a good price for that. I'll just buy it. Yeah.
Like some kind of weird, like, collectomaniac.
I just did that with Steam games, with digital games.
Oh, it's even worse.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know if it's worse. Is it?
I was just showing you earlier,
space.
Like, this random, like, skiing and snowboarding game.
I was like, oh, that looks cool. And I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if it's on the PlayStation.
Where can I buy that from and not play it? Yeah.
There was someone I know the other day who's like, right, I was just talking. He said, right, I'm off. I've got a date with my PlayStation. I was like, oh, sweet. I was like, what are you playing at the moment? He's like, oh, I started to get into Death Stranding. Never played it.
Okay, yeah, I've never played it.
Oh, I've got that. It's still sealed. It's just sat on a shelf. I've never played it.
Love it. My issue is that I've got games and I'm already thinking about buying them again and I haven't even played them first. So I saw an article the other day where Cyberpunk had been updated.
Oh, yeah.
And it's apparently completely different now.
Is it on PS5 now, is it?
Maybe?
I know you can.
Yeah. But I was like, saw this headline and I didn't even read it, but I just saw that, like, it's completely different. It's way better than it was at launch, obviously, because they've had so many updates. I was like, God, I would really like to play that on Steam Deck. I've got a sealed copy on PS4. That we both bought.
I've got it as well.
Ages
still sealed.
Ago, sealed copy. But my initial reaction wasn't, let's open it and play it. No, it was, let's go on Steam and buy it and not play it. Let's collect it again.
There must be other people who've got this problem.
Probably, yeah. Or maybe not. Maybe we're just weird.
It can't be just us.
No, there must be so many other people.
It's definitely made worse by doing 128 KB with you.
Yeah. I don't think we help each other out.
Not at all. Because you'll see something and go, AJ, look at this. And I'm like, oh shit, I got
to get that.
And I did say that got dropped in price. I was like, Andy, look at this.
I know. And I really had to, because I saw the same post before you told me. And I was like, 50% off. I haven't got that.
Yeah.
I need that, And then I was like, I can't afford it right now. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to wait. And then you were like, look what I've bought. And I was like, no, I really want to get it. And I stopped myself.
Yeah.
I stopped myself. But yeah, we don't help each other at all.
We've got to make some kind of like pact that we'll stop buying these games, or at least we'll start playing them.
Maybe, yeah. That's what needs to be done.
I don't know.
We need a weekly, what games have we bought so we can play them? Like...
Do you think there's meetings we could have, like Alcoholics Anonymous?
Yes. Well, we should start it.
Game Collectors Anonymous.
That's it.
If you want to join our circle, you're more than welcome, brother or sister. Please join us.
That's it.
We just talk about buying retro games. My latest obsession, I'm going to be honest, and there's zero reason I don't want to play them, but I've been really getting excited by Master System games.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah. So you're finding a new system to collect for?
I don't know why.
Yeah.
Because I know the games are horrible. They're bad.
Yeah, I couldn't do it now. And that's what we found out with like Switch Online.
Oh,
like it was like all the NES games. Oh yeah, look. All the NES games and
this sums it up
it was like,
absolutely perfectly.
Yeah.
I liked this because I liked the look of it.
Yeah. The actual games suck.
Do you remember streaming Metroid?
Yeah, and Metroid 1, yeah.
The very first one.
Not Zero Mission, the original.
Yeah, from Nintendo
NES.
Switch Online on the NES emulation.
Yeah.
I loved it.
It's amazing.
In a roundabout way.
Probably my favourite NES game.
But it's the hardest
it's nails.
thing on
Absolute nails.
Like if you've not tried it, you've got to give it a go. Sink a good 10 hours into it and come back to us when you're still in the first area crying that you got lost. Because we got so stuck. We were streaming it and there was people jumping in on, I think it was on Twitch.
It was on Twitch.
There was people in chat going, are you still here?
Yeah.
Or if you can't do this, you're going to really struggle.
Yeah, later on, yeah.
Like, no, I'm going to really struggle with this.
But yeah, I think what system was it that we started playing? And I was like, okay, from here onward is actually where I enjoy playing. Yeah, it probably wasn't it?
SNES and Sega Genesis, Mega Drive.
Yeah.
So the 16-bit era, that's when games really started to become more playable.
Yeah.
And a bit easier as well, let's be frank.
Yeah, because they were a bit easier.
I think by that point they had figured out learning curves of gaming.
And also just controls were better and like...
Controls fidelity, loads better. Yeah. Graphics, obviously.
Yeah.
But the thing that was always hard with games previous to that was they would throw you in as if you had been playing the game for 10, 20 hours from the very first bit.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas by now they've really figured out that they'll make it very easy, loads of rewards in the first kind of hour.
Yeah.
And then introduce little bits that will teach you new mechanics.
Yeah, and then encourage you to like keep playing and then actually feel like you're progressing.
Yes.
Rather than just getting further lost.
Games have definitely got easier. Maybe that's a future podcast.
Yeah. Yes.
Games got easier.
They definitely have.
Yeah.
There's like whole modes now in games where you don't die and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean?
There's
like
part of me that get on board with that now.
Yeah, like I was saying with that Baldur's Gate 3.
They do the fights.
There's like an easy mode.
I still don't understand why you don't like turn-based fighting.
It's just boring. It's just slow.
It's not though. You've got to really think about what you're doing.
Yeah, but when you think of like Diablo 4, when you run in and it's like you just hack and slash all your skills and you know what your skills do, you don't have to think. It's all timing based and on rotations. Where if you're sat there, I could sit on the menu for like ages and just go, okay, look at all my skills. And then I start obsessing, like, which skill should I use next? What type are they? Like, what are they weak against? This. And then it's like, I'm still on like the first battle in the tutorial and I'm 3 hours in.
No, it's a lot quicker than that.
Okay, 2.5 hours in.
The new Final Fantasy 16, isn't it? Has come into a lot of criticism for
being action-based.
People not liking the hack and slash. Which is interesting.
Weird.
Because the remake
I think I'd like it because of that.
Yeah, and Crisis Core's hack and slash.
I loved Crisis Core. That was a great example. I loved that. Because it's just faster paced.
I thought the 7 remake had the best combination of action and turns as well.
Right. Yeah.
It really, really is like the perfect kind of balance.
Yeah, I think the perfect kind of balance for me is probably Xenoblade Chronicles.
Yeah.
Because that's like in between.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's still action, but I don't really want to say it's turn-based, but you have like certain skills and stuff that you have to think about and then like use.
Certain things you can't use for a certain amount of time.
Yeah. So like, it's not that I don't like turn-based. I just feel like I don't know how to put it. I don't like the idea of it. Do you know what I mean? And I played Pokemon growing up and all that kind of stuff, and I love it. And I would buy another Pokemon game, you know. And
do you think it's got something to do with how the game looks and how you behave? Because like Pokemon,
I don't know,
typically is a very two-dimensional experience.
Yeah, so it'd be locked into turn-based anyway.
So so turn-based feels very natural there. But whereas if you jump into something that's three-dimensional or isometric, in some way,
I kind of expect it to be action-based. I think it's just because I still feel like turn-based was only there to serve its purpose, to further like delve you into the depth of an RPG game, you know, like the original Final Fantasy and stuff. The console didn't have the capabilities to be an action RPG, you know, so they had to use turn-based, and that helped you get deeper into it, really get nerdy about your stats and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes I don't want to get nerdy about my stats. I don't care about spending 3 hours looking at charts and God knows what. I just want to crack in, play it like Bayonetta, hack and slash through it. Do you know what I mean? And have fun. Like, if I feel like I've got this big burden of, oh man, I'm going to need to look at numbers and all this.
100%. It's the separation between actually a role-playing game, which they've all evolved from tabletop role-playing games and cards, which is all numbers-based.
Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons.
Rolling the dice.
Yes.
Compared to an action game, which isn't that at all.
Yeah. But I feel like that's locked in the past for me. I feel like now the consoles are capable of doing action RPG.
Yeah.
You can still get nerdy with it. Look at Diablo 4. You've got lists of... So I've played MMOs for years, you know, and you're looking at all the different stuff.
How do you feel about seeing like hit point markers and stuff?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to paint you into a corner and trying to catch you out. So like you hit someone and it says like 300 health points.
Yeah, I'm totally cool with that. But
that's interesting.
So because, again, like Diablo, bringing it up, action RPG, I know what skills I need to use in my rotation or whatever, you know, which I've picked out, and I know when to use them quickly and to slash through. And then I like seeing the hit points because I can see if I've critted or if I can see that like a special move or like an overdrive has happened or something, you know, different colors, different numbers, different stats. I like that. But I don't like the idea of like, I'm going to run into battle with this huge thing. Okay, cool. Let me just read through like text for like 5 minutes whilst I'm waiting. And like in real life, they would have just been killed. Do you know what I mean? Like, totally. I want to run in and attack that guy, like, or whatever it is. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to stand there for like 3 hours. Like, I don't know. It's some weird thing because again, like I said, I can deal with Pokemon, and it's not that, like I love it. I don't. It's still the thing I don't like about Pokemon, but that's just the way that is, and I can't see that being an action because. Like in my opinion, it can only be turn-based. Do you know what I mean?
Because it's card-based.
Yeah, whereas Baldur's Gate, I know it's based on Dungeons and Dragons, and that's great. I've played Dungeons and Dragons in real life. I can deal with that because it's a tabletop game. But like in a game, I see Dungeons and Dragons, and I think if that was Diablo style, if it was an action RPG, I would have bought that, like pre-ordered it or played it when it was in early access.
It kind of should have been in my book, but anyway.
But you know, I probably
collecting games.
Collecting games, turned into why I don't like.
Why you hate RPGs?
I'm a contradiction because some of them I can play with and I like, others I don't. But anyway, collecting games, I'm with you. I've still been collecting games, even though I said I don't want to buy retro games anymore.
Yeah,
but it's just turned into a modern problem now, where there's loads of Switch games I bought. I haven't even opened them. Like they're on the shelf. Maybe I've opened them but not played them.
I don't think our problems are exclusive to us. When I see those kind of Instagram style, Facebook, whatever pictures of like people's like dream game rooms and like wall to wall and there's lights and all that, I look at that and go, I doubt you play much.
Yeah.
I doubt you play much.
It's like seeing like some eccentric person with like a library in their room. It's like, you haven't read 20,000 books, mate.
No,
seriously,
there's no way.
Like you would have had to have been reading them since you were born.
There's no way you've completed every game on that shelf.
No, exactly. Yeah, no, there can't be. And that's my issue though, is I do want to play the games that I buy. I don't just buy random stuff. Like some people are like, I want to buy every game that was released for this console. I don't care about that. I'm not doing it for that. I want to buy or collect games that I like. But my issue is that there's not enough time to sit there and even if you had no responsibility at all, I don't think there'd be enough time to actually go through, because every time there's a new one, you're like, oh yeah, that looks amazing, I'll jump into that, and then you've forgotten about something you bought.
So I'm going to make a solemn pledge to you now.
Oh wow.
And to our viewers and listeners, I am not going to buy any more retro games.
Okay, retro games.
I will buy new games.
Yes.
Because I want to play them.
Yeah.
And there's part of me that kind of wants to start streaming again.
Yes. Yeah. Here's what I bought last week. So that's when you're going to start buying retro games again with a reason and purpose.
That's a great idea.
I think what's going to happen
Yeah.
is the Project Q by Sony is going to come out.
Yeah.
You're going to buy it and love it.
Yeah.
And then you're just going to be a streaming gamer, not a streamer. I'm on about you're just going to stream games from the cloud.
Huh.
And your shelf is just going to be one Project Q.
I can get on board with that.
Yeah.
I can put a bed back in that room.
And sell all those games. And,
Sell all the games and I have somewhere to sleep.
That's it.
It's an amazing idea.
It's a good idea, isn't it?
Yeah, Project Q, that could, I've said it a few times, it could end my gaming collection.
Yeah.
I don't know how quickly I'd honestly sell everything. I'd probably sell all the things bar the ones I really love.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I could.
A lot of the cookie cutter PS2 games and stuff I'll probably let go, but they're not worth much anyway.
Yeah, so what's the point?
Exactly.
Might as well just hold on to them.
But I know what's been said about the Project Q, and I also know enough to be able to put like bits of information together myself. This new streaming architecture that PlayStation are planning to allow 4K they say zero lag. It's 1 millisecond lag.
Yeah, that's pretty
4K streaming of PS5 games.
Pretty good.
Pretty crazy. And the talk is that they're going to have PS3, 2 and 1 emulation built into it. I very much doubt they'll have the full catalogs.
No, of course not. No, they absolutely won't. It would just be what's available now, most likely on their PlayStation Plus Now thingy later.
Yeah, whatever it's called now.
Yeah,
then later.
Yeah.
But I want to shake them and go, why not?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll pay for access to the ones I want.
Yeah,
but why not?
Yeah, all of them, yeah.
Just why not?
Yeah, it's annoying, isn't it?
Same with Nintendo and Switch Online. Why not?
Yeah, put all of it on there. I want to be able to access
Bring
Wii
the
games.
eShop back.
Yeah, I want Wii games. I want GameCube games. I want all of them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I know we've got some of the older stuff.
It's just a weird selection.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
The N64 in particular, it's just a weird selection.
Yeah, there is random ones on there. But I'm if Project Q does turn out to be not just streaming from your own console, where you have PlayStation Plus Now later, whatever it is called.
Yeah.
And you can actually stream those games. Obviously, it's going to stream even better onto a Project Q because it's going to be a 1080p handheld, not 4K.
Yeah.
So you'll have less strain on your internet.
Yep.
That'd be great.
Would it be enough for you? I know you're not massively into collecting PlayStation, but you do have some PlayStation 1 games and stuff.
Well, all of mine are PlayStation 1 games.
Would it be enough for you to not look to collect again?
Yeah, for
the PlayStation?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's interesting as well, isn't it? Because PlayStation doesn't have really any intrinsic value, not in the same way that collecting Nintendo games does.
Yes.
And I'm not sure what that is about.
Don't know.
They're just more desirable as retro games.
I think it's because PlayStation's always been disc. Do you know what I mean?
Disc's so delicate.
Yeah. But also because they're just pressed plastic. Do you know what I mean? Like, whereas the old, like pretty much all Nintendo stuff is cartridge based, which has actual physical like chips and stuff in it. Do you know what I mean? Like there's more to it. And yes, it can degrade and whatever. It needs a little bit more looking after. I'd say. Maybe that's why they hold more value. Like they were more expensive to make and buy originally. So maybe that's why they held their value. Don't know.
It could be.
Or it might just be that Nintendo have better games. Oh!
Hang on. Hang on. Silent Hill.
Silent Hill, yeah.
Medieval.
Yes, I love Medieval.
And there are two games that I know that you love.
Yeah. Yeah.
Resident Evil.
What, exclusive on GameCube? Yeah. They were. I mean, yeah, they were better on PlayStation, but you know.
Yeah. But yeah, Nintendo's got better games.
Yeah.
This
Metroid.
I think you just won.
There's great games on every console.
Of course there is. Of course there is. But I hate collecting games. I love buying games.
Yeah, I think that's the problem, isn't it? We just enjoy collecting, like buying games.
I know that I know deep down it's such a retail therapy because the joy is in the buying moment.
Yeah.
And literally, I've got games dotted around different rooms that I've bought and just gone, I'll look at that later.
Yeah.
There's Sifu.
I was going to bring that up because earlier when we were in the room, I saw it on top of your speaker and I was like, I think that's been there all year.
It's been there all year. It's not moved.
And it's still sealed on the top of your speaker.
It's the collector's edition.
There's other stuff packed on top of it. Yes. There's like letters on it. And I was like, oh, look, there's that Sifu game that's been there all year.
I really wanted to play it.
I know. And every time you've said about it, you're like, I really want to play that game.
Well, go and play it then.
It's just hidden under your speaker.
Yeah. What was the other one you talked about? Redout, was it?
Redout 2, yeah.
I was like, I know, I bought that.
Yes.
I don't know where I put it. Do you know how bad it is? Redout was one of these games that when I said I bought like a bunch of PS4 games, I put them in the glove box of my car. So it must have been like 3 months ago. And then I had to take my car to the garage. And I was like, I'll just take out the stuff out of the glove box.
Oh, no, games.
Games. I was like, this has got out of hand, man.
Yeah.
What's going on? just everywhere I could put them. Games.
In your socks.
Games.
Oh, yeah. Here's my sock drawer. Oh, look, there's games in it.
Oh, dear. Do you share my gaming problem? Do you collect more than you play?
Yes, I do. Yeah. Thanks for asking.
And if you are a collector, do you hate collecting games as much as we do? Or are we alone in this? Maybe they love it and play every single game. Maybe they're all unemployed.
Yes. Yeah, that might be it. Maybe they're all like millionaires and they can just sit and play.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what
you can invest in me if you like.
That's it. Yeah.
To play games with you.
Yes. Pay us to play games and nothing else. Not even to make videos about it. Just we'll stop making videos. You know, just pay us. We'll
there's a bit. If you hate everything we do, and I know there's a few people that hate the podcast. Yes. I see you commenting on the shorts. Then you could pay us to stop.
Yeah. Yes. That's a great idea. Yeah. That's really good. Yeah. Like you're thinking, yeah.
Business brains.
And then we'll stop making videos about games we haven't played.
Yeah.
And then actually play them and not make videos about it.
No, we'll just play them in silence.
That's it.
Yeah.
Muted. Yeah, just half the game.
Anyway, if you've got to the deep end with us and you're listening on Spotify or wherever else you take podcasts, please do rate us because it actually helps us out massively. It really does.
And the only people that do that are in Kazakhstan.
We seem to be very popular in Kazakhstan.
Yeah, so thank you.
Yeah, I don't know any Kazakhs. What do you speak there? Kazakhstan. Oh, I must speak some English.
Kazakhstanians?
Because this isn't translated.
No.
And it's a podcast.
It's true, yeah.
And if you're on YouTube, there's buttons below. Press them, smash them, do those things. Videos are here to watch. They're interesting. Maybe one from Andy as well. He's interesting.
I don't know about that.
Kinda.
Probably about a game I bought and not played.
He's probably never played or touched the thing he's talking about. So until the next time, we'll see you next time.
Bye.